Welcome to episode 8. So going into photography, you decided to go to third level education. What brought you to photography and to DIT photography course?
I think I came to photography a little bit later. It was sort of an accident in a roundabout sort of way. I took leave from my administration job that I'd been working in because I was a bit sick, and in a sort of way to rehabilitate, I just took a one-year program. It was a level 6, and I went to St. Kevin's, and it really inspired me. It was sort of profound going back, I think, into education a little bit older as well. You take an awful lot more from it. And so from there I sent one application afterwards, and that was to DIT, and I went for my interview and I talked to them about their program, and they do focus quite a bit on the critical theory as well, which was something I had engaged with previously. They accepted me, thankfully, but as you say, I'm looking down the barrel of graduation now and what to do after. So
your thesis was handed in recently for printing.
It was, much to my relief, it was done.
So what's the title of your thesis? It's not on photography itself, it's on...
That's right.
Photobooks.
It's called The Photobook as a Reinvented Medium, Narrativity and Design in the 20th and 21st Century. Mouthful.
So what brought you away from what most people would think would be doing a thesis within photography realms into the literature of, like, within photobooks?
Well, there is a photobook module in the program, so I mean you're inevitably introduced to it, and I took an internship in the library project as well, which is a photobook library here in Dublin, so that was massive. But aside from that, I think the photobook has always been there for photography, and that was something that I learned through the research I was doing. It's been there since photography was invented, and that was just, it was hugely interesting, so how could I not,
Yeah, I always remember in the history of photography, you always see the portraits that are people's calling cards in the late 19th century.
That's right, yeah.
Just fascinating how people collect them and display them in the cabinet, and the cabinets alone were exhibitions.
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
portraiture.
The effect photography had was really profound for people, but it was the photobook actually for me that had the most impact.
Okay.
If you look at what was happening at the turn of like the 20th century with illustrated press, God, in Weimar Germany, that was huge. That really taught people how to read visually. A visual literacy sort of emerged from that time, and that was essentially the book. It was putting images into books.
It also brought in a lot of new graphic design as well.
Yeah.
Sort of rebirth, gave a new birth to the graphic design movement.
It was
amazing.
Pretty significant, I think. I think additionally to the library project as well is the online resource, the internet. There's so much out there. But significantly what you'll find online are a lot of people writing blogs and talking about photography in that way. So I think Jörg Kohlberg has CPH Mag and Lewis Bush has Dysphotic. There's so many, but they're actually critically engaging with it as well. So it might be easy to write off a blog and not think much about it, but really that's where it's happening. That's where people are talking about photobooks,
That's the new format for the critics and for the observers.
I think so. I mean, you get some people are whinging and moaning and they're letting off some steam and things like that. But really, the core of a lot of issues are being talked about. So it's definitely where it's happening. It would be great to see them turning that into book form. So So
between application and getting in, how short a time period was that?
I did a level 6, which finished in May, and then you sort of apply in February, and then you start September. So you don't really have time to think about it. It's just happened. You get your acceptance, and you're like turning up to get your student card. It's like, how did that happen? I didn't think I was going to be a student again, but there you go.
And do you have any advice for people who are thinking about photography in third level education?
I think figure out why you want to do it or why you're thinking about doing it, but definitely do what I did. Just jump in the deep end. You won't regret it, There's a lot more to be gained out of it than what you think going in, aside from, a massive amount of practical skill. You're also learning a lot of computer skills. and then you're critically engaging with something that you deal with on a day-to-day basis. You know, I don't look at a magazine the same way after considering where that originated, you know. So it's, yeah, it can affect you from the start of your day to the end of your day, but only through the education of it would you ever realise. Just do it.
Super.